Okay, well, I'd like to welcome you all to our, can everybody hear me okay? Okay, great. I'd like to welcome you all to our URSTA webinar series. I'm very excited that you've all joined us. We have a great group today, so this is amazing. Just as a precursor to introducing our special guest we have today, I'd like to explain that we had some feedback from the membership on some concerns about some new requirements for CDL drivers that was implemented this year. And they were looking for some resources for driver training and looking into options that were going to cost quite a bit of money. And then we informed them that there are some amazing resources that are free. And there's not much in this life you can get for free. There's usually a catch. This is truly no catches. National RTAP do an amazing job to provide training resources for all of our transit providers around the state and around the nation. And we are very fortunate today to have Cara join us today to explain and talk about the inside look at National RTAP's new website. There are some amazing resources, and we want to make sure that everybody's fully aware of how to access those resources. And Cara is truly the expert. So thank you so much for taking the time to be with us, Cara, and welcome to Utah and our wonderful folks we have here in our community. So thank you.
Thank you for that warm welcome, Tracy, and for inviting me to be here. I'm very happy to be here in Utah and URSTA and to meet all of you. So we're not going to have a PowerPoint today. Basically, because it's a tour of the website, we're going to go live. I am Cara Marcus. I'm Resource Center Manager for National RTAP, which is National Rural Transit Assistance Program. And you're going to take a look at our pretty new website. I don't know how many of you are familiar with National RTAP, but as Tracy said, everything we do is free. We have a host of rural and tribal transit training and technical assistance resources, hundreds if not thousands of them, and they're all available for free 24/7. We're a technical assistance program of the FTA, Federal Transit Administration, that was founded in 1987, and we've certainly grown. So one of the ways in which we've grown is our new website, which we launched this year. So it looks similar if you've seen it before, but then again, very different. Now at the top, one of the ways you can find things in our website is to search, and that will search not the databases on the website I'm going to show you necessarily, but it'll search for pages on our website. And it's sort of smart. It'll remember what you searched for the last time. So say you searched for security, and it will find things that are related. If you spell it wrong, it will find it. And it will list it by relevancy. Another thing you can do is chat with us. You can chat with us Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. We're 2 hours different from you in Utah. In Woburn, Massachusetts, which is about a half an hour north of Boston. So right now it's 2:00 p.m. for me. And you can also chat with our e-learning department. I'm definitely showing you that since Tracy told me to focus on driver training. And you can chat with technical support if you have problems using the website or any of our tools. So we're going to go through all of these buttons at the top, but I want to show you some of the things we have. Training, like today, a resource center, which is my domain, I'll show you that, and a peer network. So you're all experts at a lot of things, but sometimes you have new projects that you've never done before, and you'd like to be put in touch with somebody who has done them already. So that's something we can do. Just contact me at info@nationalrtap.org, and I'll find somebody to talk to you who's successfully completed something you want to do. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. So in the middle, we have some of our most popular parts of the site that you can click on directly, but we're going to go sort of in order at the top. And we also have our resource of the month. And just like Tracy was talking about, the new CDL requirements, we just did a tech brief on it. And in fact, I just updated it yesterday because February 7th has come and gone. And not only did I change the tenses to future to past, but a couple of extra last minute training too. So if you want to click on that, it will bring you to our library, which is called Resource Share. And we'll talk more about that later. But basically, there's a couple of things you can do with all of our resources. You can download it and tell reCAPTCHA you're not a robot. And all of a sudden, it will appear and as a PDF. So you can save this and you can send it to any of your peers. None of our resources are copyrighted. You don't have to ask our permission to share them. In fact, our library is called Resource Share because we want you to share our resources. So you can use this in any of your own trainings and presentations too. This was, like I said, updated very recently, yesterday. And it includes a lot of links to the regulations, who the new regs pertain to, who is exempted, how to complete the requirements, how to get the training, exactly what training is required, sort of course curricula. If you need funding or technical assistance for anything related to ELDT, and I interviewed some ELDT trainers, their recommendations, and then there's a bibliography. So definitely feel free to download this. In fact, maybe at the end I can put this in the chat too. So around the first business day of the month, you'll see a new resource of the month. And you'll also see our calendar. Right now, we're doing a marketing workshop series. So that might be of interest to you too, but you can't be in two places at one time. So we record everything we do, and you can watch it later if you want. We also have a calendar where we try to get every single upcoming training of interest to anyone in rural or tribal transit. So there's always a lot going on. You can view this calendar and you can also copy it to your own website. We have a widget for it. So that's our homepage, a lot right there. But if you look at this mega menu, you'll see that there's really a lot more to it. We have our resource library. And you can take a virtual tour, come over to Woburn. And I hope that someday when the pandemic is done, and if you're coming to the greater Boston area, you can actually come visit us. We have a real library, and we do hope that some of you would like us to ship our books to you. We have books on everything you could possibly want, from customer service to emergency procedures. Here's me. But unfortunately, we're not accepting tours right now. More featured resources from our partners, and a lot of links. And we'll go in order here. So the resource catalog, again, we're going to download it. Now, this is something that we give out at all conferences, but the PDF version will tell you what we have just recently launched. Like you can see the ELDT requirements, and this one is the most recent. So if you click on anything, it will go to its resource share reference, and you can, again, download it, add it to your cart, order it, etc. Now, not just tech briefs, but we have training modules, to-the-point training is really good for driver training because it's flashcards. So those are actual cards in English and in Spanish. Drivers can look at them when the bus is parked or in the break room. They have training in the front, questions in the back. An instructor can use them with the learner, and we also have it on e-learning. All of these training modules are full training modules. There's an E if they're on e-learning, which I'll show you, and P if it's print, D if it's disc. So with the new requirements, you can use our free trainings, but a provider who's registered with the FMCSA training provider registry would have to sort of oversee the learning and certify that it's been taken. We have them informally just for self-learning too, but if you want to do them with the new regulations, that's the way you'd have to go. So you can see so many trainings. We have full training modules for all the tech briefs, etc. We also have at the end of our catalog a resources by roles. So if you're looking for drivers, we have sort of a quick hit list of all the trainings that would be good for drivers, and then all the trainings that are good for administrative staff, board members, etc. So that's helpful. Okay, so our library, our catalog, topic guides. We update our topic guides on an annual basis. So right now I'm up to the COVID-19 one, sort of like to go alphabetically, but we do have defensive driving, distracted driving, a lot that is good for driver training. So we only link to things that are free and full text. So if you're doing the new CDL requirements and your trainer wants to use any of these trainings, they can as well. Some are videos, some are PDFs, but a lot of them would be good for the theory part of the LDT. Technical briefs is similar to the catalog, but it's just links to the technical briefs, which are anywhere from 1 to 20 something pages. We try to keep them brief. Explanations using plain language. In fact, we even have a plain language technical brief. So this is good when you want sort of an introduction to a topic rather than a full training module or toolkit. Best practices spotlights are basically our blog. We like to interview maybe 1 to 5 transit agencies or other organizations about what they're doing that's really amazing. So if you have any ideas for what we should do our next best practices spotlight on, and certainly if you're doing something amazing, which I'm sure you are, please contact me at info@nationalrtap.org and we'll set up a time for an interview. Now, of course, everybody looks for COVID-19 information. Of course, we have that. We have a technical brief, a topic guide, FAQs, etc. And since there's a lot of mobility managers on this call, I would like to introduce you to Tackle, which is a very new library. It's just barely over a year old, and it's an online-only library. And the entire topic is about transportation coordination. So everything in Tackle, again, it's all free, it's all full text, and it's not just National RTAP, it's us, FTA, and the other FTA TA centers. Again, we have featured resources. This quarter, we're featuring resources from NCAT. You can search, you can view all resources. It's a really robust library. You can filter in many, many ways. So if you're looking for transportation coordination resources, that's say promising approaches, just click on that and you will find it. So again, it's all free, full text, and we hope that you'll share this. Also, Tackle uses a very stringent, at least double peer review process. So if any of you are interested in reviewing resources for Tackle, that means you'll be among the first to get to see the newest transportation coordination resources. It's a pretty easy peer review process, stringent but easy. Contact me at info@nationalrtap.org and I'll be in touch with you. Okay, so that's information. E-learning. I mentioned e-learning a couple of times, and any rural or tribal transit agency or state RTAP program can create a free account to use e-learning. So it has a lot of different courses. I've mainly used them just for demoing, but it has the required ones like reasonable suspicion for supervisors, and that and the substance abuse are the only timed courses. The rest are self-paced learning. So that means you can take an hour, you can take 20 hours, however long it takes you, and you get a certificate. So let's take a look at this one. And I'm just gonna open something like this. So videos, some of them have videos, and they're on our YouTube channel. Go back to my courses. I want to actually go to one where we can maybe start a fun one for you. Delivering excellent customer service. Okay, so e-learning is a little different than, say, a PDF of something. I demoed this, it sort of started in the middle. And what's nice about it is it's very interactive. So it has some instructor talking, it has some stuff that you get to do like clicking, and it has reading and some videos, and then you get to take a test and get a certificate. So there's a lot in e-learning. All righty, I talked about To the Point. Now we have a directory of trainers also. So note that our directory of trainers isn't affiliated with the FMCSA directory of trainers, well, or their NPR, National Provider Registry. But we do have trainers who have told us that they are affiliated with the FMCSA. So you can look, and if you're looking for a specific trainer, you can look in there. We have lots and lots of trainers on lots of topics. And these trainers, since that's how they make their livelihood, probably do charge. So, contact them if you're interested. I will say that National RTAP does not recommend or endorse any specific trainer or commercial entity, but it's a good resource to find a trainer. Now, I mentioned we're having a webinar right now in Woburn while you're having one in Utah, and that's the one we're having here. You can learn about Tackle that I just showed you, coming up on February 22nd. I'm doing 2 in March, Building Better Bus Stops, Planning and Partnerships. So this is about the actual bus shelters and waiting areas. And then in the end of March, Risky Business, Transit Insurance and Risk Management. So that's a topic. I updated a lot of tech briefs recently, and then everybody decided, why don't you do a webinar that sort of goes beyond that and invite an expert panel, because not too many people know all the ins and outs of insurance and risk management. So I'm excited about that one. And like I said, our recent ones are recorded, and then they're all recorded. Some of them have Q&A documents or handouts, and there's a lot of ways you can filter. So again, you can filter by topic. So say you're looking for mobility management, you can find out, what's going on in mobility management that way. And the webinar goes to YouTube, and the presentation goes to a 508 compliant PDF. And peer roundtables and chats are a little similar to webinars. We use Zoom for them too, but they're more informal. So we have a book discussion group, Books in Transit, and we meet twice a year. The next one's going to be really, really fun. We have an author from England. We usually don't do them this early, but I know it'll be a little early for Utah right when you get in if you want to join. But since the author is coming all the way from England via Zoom, we didn't want him to be, in the middle of his sleep or dinner. So this book is hilarious. If you don't have time to read it, you're welcome to still come on for the first half hour to hear the author discuss the book. But if you have time to read it, we do have books we can send you, or you can download it from Smashwords. We also have an upcoming intercity bus peer roundtable if you're interested in intercity discussion. And we're doing Twitter chats, other peer roundtables, and the next Twitter chat, we just got a date. It's April, I hope I remember this, probably the 12th, might be the 10th, but I'm pretty sure it's the 12th, everyone on the bus, which of course we all want. Okay, so toolkits. These are encyclopedias. I mean, they really have everything you need to know. ADA, of course, has Americans with Disabilities Act, has all the regulations you need to comply with, all of the best practices we've compiled from transit agencies around the country, a lot of good stuff. And we try to update them on a very regular basis, especially ADA and Transit Managers Toolkit. We just updated ADA a few months ago, and we're in the middle of updating the Transit Managers Toolkit. Bus rodeos don't really change too much, but it's still a great toolkit. It's one of the first ones we've done. How to Find Anything toolkit. I update that very, very often. In fact, I want to update this page because I just found a few more rural transit agencies to put in our rural transportation list. So this will download as an Excel spreadsheet. I think I still have it up, yeah. And basically we want to sort of compile not just the biggies that everybody knows about, but even the sort of really small ones. So if a passenger or anyone is looking for a transportation option, hopefully they can find it. I started out with 1 or 2, now I'm up to 152, but I know there's a lot more. And there's some other great options too if you're trying to help people find transportation, if they're a senior, if they need volunteer driving. So this is helpful. And besides that, the Find Anything toolkit gives you ideas about how to search for things, technical assistance organizations, lists of other transit agencies' policies and procedures, conferences, links to all the state transit associations and state RTAP programs and 5311 programs. So rather than, search something like Google, you could look at this and find exactly what you need. And now the transit marketing toolkit I also want to show you, because if you're doing anything where you need marketing templates or photos, we have royalty-free, attribution-free photos that you can not only use if you have somebody who's good at Photoshop, they can, take out the name of the bus and, sort of make it generic, but you can use them just as is too in your own marketing materials. So we also in this one have transit benefit statistics. So if you're writing some advocacy stuff and you want to know individuals who use public transit instead of their own personal vehicles will save at least 4.15 cents per mile. So, that kind of thing is always helpful. Okay, and the Transit Manager's Toolkit. This one, it will be your go-to for really anything regulatory or compliance. And because we're talking about driver training, I want to show you a whole page we have on driver recruitment, training, and retention. So if you go to driver training, we have anchor links. It will tell you what's federally required, passenger assistance and sensitivity. That CTA calls it PASS, but National RTAP has free materials that I showed you on e-learning that can be used too. We have the substance abuse awareness and the ELDT stuff. So we recommend just minimum training requirements for if you hire someone new. This isn't if they're getting their CDL for the first time. This is just if they're new to your agency. So like I said, we're updating this. So if you get our newsletter called e-news, I'll show you that too. You'll know exactly when we've had it updated. And we usually have a webinar about what's new in our toolkits. So we also talk about refresher training. And it's refresher training is really, it's agency specific. You can make your own policies, but these are our recommendations. We list some sources. These are the ones that, some of them that I showed you on e-learning and to the point. Now, if you click on these, I will say that since we updated our website, it might go to an advanced screen. Yeah. And that's because we've updated our website and we're updating the toolkit. So the ones in here, then you'd have to research again. So we apologize. That's the problem with updating your whole website and you have like 3,000 links on it. But when we update our toolkit, it'll have the exact link that you saw in Resource Share. Where is it? Yeah. Like something like that, rather than an advanced search where you have to research yourself. And again, you can always chat with me, call me, email me, and I'll get you the link as soon as humanly possible. Okay, so technology tools, these aren't training, but they're really cool things that you might want to use. Now, these again are all free. There's a couple of different logins. There's one login for e-learning, and there's a different login for our library, Resource Share, and our technology tools. And that one's called the cloud. E-learning login is just e-learning login. So sometimes, people get a little confused, but they're both pretty easy to use once you have your login. The cost allocation calculator is Excel or Access-based tools where you put in your costs and it'll give you fully allocated costs, and you can do, your planning with that. Does performance measures, all kinds of things. It's really easy to use and useful, and we have technical support for all of these. GTFS Builder lets you use spreadsheet-based tools to upload your data to things like Google Transit and other transit and make trip planners, interactive maps, etc. Procurement Pro, if you ever have to do a procurement, this takes the guesswork out of it. You put in what you're buying, what your budget is, and it gives you the federal certifications and assurances that are required. Website Builder, if you don't have a website, and maybe it's because either it's too hard, you don't have a webmaster, or it's too expensive, ours is free, and it's sort of a WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. You don't have to know HTML or coding. In fact, our entire website is built with our own website builder. basically, you can drag and drop things, and we give you a whole image library, and you can have a website within a couple of weeks, and it'll always be free. Rural INTD is very nice. I don't know if any of you have used National Transit Database. Hard to use, and there is great training on it, but Rural INTD is so easy. Basically, all you do is you enter your state. You could choose from pre-formatted performance measures, or enter them, click on them. Basically, you don't have to enter them. And you'll get this within seconds, amazing spreadsheet with all of the data, download in Excel, PDF, etc. It's, if we have time, if anyone wants to see it, I love demoing this. It's probably one of the easiest databases in the world. So that's our resources. And oh, one thing I forgot to mention, in our resource library, if you like our resource library, and I hope you do, you can add it to your own website. Just type in your website and click Learn More, and you'll get a free code. And just ask your website webmaster to stick it on your website somewhere, and you will have $781 free full text, specially selected rural and tribal transit resources on all these topics. I update it pretty much every day. It's really kept up to date, and it'll be on your website, and you won't have to supply anything to anybody. We will. So hope you take advantage of that. Okay, so let's go back up here and onward to news and events. So if you don't subscribe to National RTAP e-news, I hope you do after this. We have it going back all the way to 1987, and this is what it looks like. It goes BCC right to your inbox. There's a lot of nice links you can click on to learn more. It's research oriented, so it talks about important documents, legislation, events, trainings, what's going on at USDOT and FTA, webinars, trainings, publications, databases and tools, opportunities, and that includes a lot of grant opportunities too, as well as other kinds of opportunities. Pretty much every one we find goes in here. So if you're looking for funding, every other week this comes out and it'll have it. Legislation and lots of upcoming events. So you can sign up for that. We also have our own National RTAP news on this page. Okay, so conferences. In pre-pandemic times, we had a conference every other year, and we did not have one in 2021, and we don't know if we're going to have one in 2023. We hope to, but we had a virtual one in 2021, and if we're not able to have an in-person one, I'm sure we'll have another virtual one. But we do, after we have the conferences, post as many of our presentations as the presenters give to us that we make available for free on our website. We have a photo contest every summer, and I bet all of you have beautiful buses, amazing staff. So I hope you all enter it, and we give cash prizes, certificates, etc. We'll announce it at the beginning of the summer into the spring. Rural Transit Day is always July 16th, and it's a national holiday. You can take the pledge, give somebody a hero card, join our Twitter chat, and tell what Rural Transit Day means to you. This year, we hope to get it a holiday recognized by the federal legislation. So more on that. We gave out some grants recently. Our first time we were able to do this. We are really fortunate to be able to give out this funding. And let's see if there's any from Utah, not this cycle, but hopefully the next time we're able to give out grants. Tribal transit, great tribes in Utah. If you want to learn more, you can look at the different tribal transit program links. Oh, we're still on the grants, sorry. And we link to our topic guide. We have a peer forum. So if you are a tribal transit member or you know some, we have peer roundtables and an online forum for members of tribes. We give scholarships and we have special events. In fact, we're planning some for 2022. And if you haven't worked with tribes yet, we have a special page in our toolkit, Engaging with Tribes, that was written by a tribal expert and member who talks about how, if you're a transit agency, how you can best understand the needs of tribes and engage with them. Now, state RTAPs are, all wonderful. And you can, just like you could look up trainers, you can look up your state RTAP manager. And let's go down to, sometimes when you're sharing a screen, it's a little clunky to, I always have to move around all the people. Here we go, Utah. And we have a brand new, I just met her, amazing Utah State RTAP manager, Elena Splendlove. She just started maybe a month or two ago. And I hope you introduce yourself to her. She'll be providing you with all kinds of training, technical assistance, guidance, etc. So you can also download the entire state RTAP directory, as well as the trainer directory. Now, the last part of our site is about us, our history and mission, connecting with us. We have a lot of social media. We have peer forums. You can join any that are applicable to you. Follow us, like us, etc. And also, we're interactive with our social media. So if you've done something great, please send it to me at info@nationalrtap.org or directly DM it to me on one of the social platforms. Always looking for success stories. And especially pictures of beautiful buses. Staff. This is what you think. It's our pictures, it's us. And if you click on any of us, like this is our e-learning manager, you'll find a little bit more about us, get contact information, and find out what we do at National RTAP. Our partners are other national partners at FTA, some of our TA centers, etc. FAQs are basically things like, why do we have one login for e-learning and another one for web apps? So we explain that kind of thing. And a site index, if you do get lost in our site, you can look at that and hopefully you'll find what you need. And if you don't, please chat, email, or call us and we'll get you exactly what you need. So we have gone through everything and now we're ready for your questions. And I can demo anything.
So anybody on this call, feel free to unmute or you can put it in the chat, however you'd like to ask a question for Cara.
I know you have questions. What are you researching now that you want me to show you how to find?
Does anybody have anything specific you'd like Cara to find for you?
Any projects anybody's working on?
I just had a question. This is Scott. I'm just listening on my phone. So you mentioned on February 22nd, there's a training for, I can't remember what you called it. It was a program to help mobility managers. What time is that at?
Most of our trainings are this exact time, 2 to 3 p.m. ET.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. Tackle is, growing. We have 91 resources now, and we update it every quarter. So this will be a full hour of Tackle, how to use it like a pro. Thanks for your question.
Well, I definitely learned some new stuff today, Cara, so I'm impressed. I think sometimes it can become a little daunting when you look at everything and know where to go. So this has been really helpful. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. If nobody else has any questions, I can, demo something further. Like if you want to, oh, I see one. Login credentials to access training. So the e-learning. Okay. These are both questions about e-learning. And I'm in e-learning. It's in one of these things, but if you go to resources, National RTAP e-learning. Now I'm in here, but let me see if I can log out. And if I hit login, don't have an account, create an account. So just go through the process. You can register yourself if you're an individual staff of a transit agency by creating an account. And if you are want to be an administrator of a team, and it's not already in here, you submit an agency request. And it's basically a form. If there's asterisks, you have to fill it in and hit enter, submit. And then you will get an email from our e-learning manager saying your team is there and ready for you to start uploading learners. So I'm not the manager for that. I showed you Scott. So the best way to get in touch with him, since he's mostly virtual staff, is through either the chat Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, or his email, which is elearning@nationalrtap.org. But, contact him if you try it and you get stuck. Otherwise, it's pretty intuitive. Okay, specific questions. Yeah, well, you don't have to have a specific question. What is somebody working on right now? What sort of, is anybody working on a project that I can show you what resources we have about it?
Do you have any resources for inter-city, statewide transit studies?
Yeah, we have an intercity topic guide that's pretty new. We just did it about a month or two ago. So if you go to our resources topic guides and go to intercity transportation, and we have FTA resources, National RTAP resources. We have a webinar that we did about intercity. Fred is the intercity chair for one of the committees. We have our forum. So if you're involved with intercity, that's a way for you to ask questions on an online closed forum. And all these other people who are intercity experts will be able to answer you. We have a peer roundtable presentation. an article we did in Metro magazine that showcases intercity in Washington State. This one is, our executive director said this is one of the best, if not the best, article ever written about intercity. It's rail, not bus, but it's worth taking a look at. The Intercity Bus Atlas has all the data you'll need. Chaddock Institute is a leader in intercity, so every year they produce one or more reports. This is their most recent. Here's some other experts. So, you know, look through all of these. They'll open in new windows. So you're still on the intercity topic guide. And like I said, we're having an intercity bus peer roundtable coming up in our peer roundtables and chats. So anybody is welcome to join that. Just register, and you can ask questions there or just observe and learn.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
Do you have anything that we could focus specifically for the smaller buses for just driver training? What would be some good information, or just training modules that we could access for driver training?
Let me see where okay, so like I said in the here we go, the catalog lists recommended training for drivers, and these are all for small organizations, rural organizations. So it includes the entry-level driver training requirements, and that's brand new. Responding to incidents, oversized mobilities, problem passengers, start as safety training. Yeah, all of these we would recommend for smaller.
So are any of them available on video or YouTube or anything like that?
Yeah, we also have on our Connect With Us page our YouTube. Okay, National RTAP. Here we are. So you can go to our playlists. We have playlists on all kinds of things.
Wow.
So if you're looking for mobility management, safety and security, these are all on YouTube. Transit operations, incidents and emergencies, drug and alcohol, etc. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome. I lost my chat. Can somebody please send another chat question so it'll open up again? You can just say hello. Because I know 2 more people asked to chat.
So one of the questions is the website builder that you have just for building or hosting?
Both. The website builder is free for building, free for hosting. And it's, you can look at it. Let me show it to you. We have some examples of other transit agencies that have used it. I'm going to move my chat up here. So you can see a couple of other small rural agencies that have used Website Builder that have done amazing jobs with it. This one is Island Transit. You can make it really animated, interactive if you want, rider alerts is beeping, all kinds of things. And you do not need somebody who's a computer programmer or anything. So we like this one, and we like all of the ones we've given as examples. Okay, another one, Website Builder. BTA is looking at route expansion in our rural resources. We just did a webinar on that topic that you can go to right away. Okay, it was pretty recent. Rural transit planning and route design. So if you look at the webinar, it'll go right to it on YouTube. Unfortunately, YouTube has ads, but you can skip the ad, and you can also download the presentation, which is a PDF of the PowerPoint. So that's something we have. And if you're in our library, let's say route. There's 21 resources on route. Connecting, contracting fixed route bus, basic and advanced scheduling manuals, fixed route transit forecasting, GTFS builder guidebook, that's with our own tool. So you can look at those, and if you find one you like, you can also look at related items and maybe find others. Okay, one new message. Thank you. We have a few more minutes if anybody else has any other questions. Love to answer questions.
Cara, I know you don't have time to probably demonstrate it, but I think the one great thing I think is it can be a huge benefit to those that have to procure items using federal funds is the Procurement Pro. I know, I just need to ask a question. I know that when it was first built, it was just for the federal regulations that were required, but isn't the new one, they can actually add their state requirements? Is that correct?
Only if the state has worked with us to do that. And I'm not sure if Utah has, and if they have, I can't get to it because I'm not Utah. But let me demo Procurement Pro. All righty, let's go to it. See state portal. We should, we should list. That's I'm going to ask if we can list which states already have it. Okay, so let's log in. I have to move my chat, and I have to move us.
I think what I love about the Procurement Pro as well is that it keeps your files for you too, so that you can always reference them. So, when you need to have those procurement files on hand for any reviews, it's a really handy tool.
It sure is. So if I'm just going to walk through as much as I can. URSTA description test. Who will be funding this project? And you have to say federal government if you're me, because I don't have a state portal. And suppose I'm doing materials and supplies. And suppose I'm doing $1,000. And it will tell me what I can do for procurement. Since I'm a library, I don't really procure very, very expensive things. But if you want to procure something expensive, you'd have to go over the federal threshold. So it's 250,000. So let's say 260,000. 260,000. It's supposed to yeah, see, now it gives you the biggies like IFB, RFP, etc. So if I click that, and you can do it in Procurement Pro, which will ask you to fill out more things, or Quick Pro, it will just give you a quick procurement, and it'll give you, hopefully while we're still here, something. It'll give you a beautiful PDF of
So with
your
Quick Pro,
procurement.
so with Quick Pro, then it just spits out all the required language, and then I suppose your local agency can then add its own.
Well,
Is that
then you
correct?
would do Procurement Pro the full one if you want to add more stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so microtransit and ADA, increasing awareness of ridership. So I don't know if Procurement Pro is going to really do what we wanted it to do in the next 5 minutes, but microtransit and ADA, go to our ADA toolkit and go to new developments. We have a section on microtransit and ADA. And like I said, that was just new and emerging transportation modes. New and emerging technologies, etc. So a lot of guidance and a lot of links. Increasing awareness. Yes, our marketing webinars, there's a series of 6, so today's is almost over. I don't think you'll be able to hop on that, but we will record it. But we've recorded the other ones, and we also have a technical brief advocating for your transit system that was just updated. That's really, really helpful. I worked on that with National Center for Mobility Management. So it's a lot about how mobility managers can advocate and increase awareness. Also in our Transit Managers Toolkit, we have, and this one, I'm just updating it today actually, communicating with the public. So our Transit Managers Toolkit update will probably happen sometime later this spring, at latest by summer. Sharing public information, public meetings and notices, ensuring accessibility, etc. So those are our go-to resources for increasing awareness. And also use some of the things in our marketing toolkit, especially our transit benefit statistics. Numbers talk. Now we have 3 more minutes for...
What was in the marketing toolkit?
Yeah, I don't know if anything happened with the Procurement Pro.
Well, I think the fact that people are aware of it and its functionality is amazing and can really be such a time saver. Was there one more person that wanted to ask about marketing? What was that question? Did somebody talk about marketing?
I just answered increasing awareness and ridership.
Okay.
But the marketing toolkit is the best place for marketing and our marketing webinars.
So just for everybody's information, we are in the process of overhauling our URSTA website, and we did intend on reaching out to you, Cara, to get the calendar embedded in it. But now I know there's a resource library widget too. We'll add that too, so that's amazing. And then if you have any other suggestions for us for our website that we can add, that would be fantastic. We're rebranding URSTA, and it's going to be a whole new look. So we're really excited, and we're excited to work with the new transit manager at UDOT, Elena Spenlove, and collaborate with her so that we can achieve so much more as the membership of URSTA in Utah. So we're really excited. But I'd just like to, in the last minute, thank you, Cara, so much for your knowledge and expertise and your time that you've taken to share these amazing resources with us. I can tell that everybody's really excited about what's at their fingertips. I mean, I thought I knew a lot about National RTAP. I've learned so much today, and just given us that knowledge about how to actually search it is such a wonderful gift. So thank you so much for your time.
Oh, you are very, very welcome, Tracy, and thank you for inviting me here today. You've been a great audience, everyone, And I hope you use us because that's what we're here for. Please feel free to keep the questions coming, and we'll make resources based on your needs. That's what we do.
Perfect.
Thank you. And everyone, Cara really means this. If you call, somebody answers that. A real person will answer the phone and get you what you need. So it's just a wonderful organization, and we're very blessed to have it. So thanks everybody for joining the call, and we'll have some other great webinars coming up through URSTA. So thanks everyone. Have a great day.
Bye. Nice to meet you.
Bye.
Thank you so much.